Hello YouTube. Okay, this video is going to be all about clothing. Buying clothing to sell on eBay to make money. And it's a big part of what we do. My wife tends to run the whole clothing side of what we do. Um, the racks at the far end of the office are all stacked with clothing all bagged up and listed on eBay. And yeah, it's an absolutely huge market. And the potential to make money on eBay with secondhand clothes is enormous. Um, we find we do really well with all sorts of clothing. We kind of specialise a bit in kids clothing, and I'll go into the reason why on that one a bit later. Um, but just about any clothing has a market on eBay. We do really well with coats. Coats do really well. Shoes, specialist clothing like sportswear and workwear. Fancy dress is a great niche market. I did a little video about that before. Don't pass that by. Hats and caps, ties. Like I say, kids clothing in general is fantastic to buy and sell. Baby stuff, just as good. And then of course you've got your high-end women's fashion and men's fashion. The label brands all have a market. Um, so yeah, if you've not got into clothing before, perhaps it's not something you yourself are keen on, have a think about it, because there are huge benefits to selling clothing. Um, one is that they are really easy to package. You don't have to worry about things getting broken, and all you need, we use these poly mailers, these little grey poly mailers, and they're super cheap. Buy them on eBay, it's the cheapest place I found to get them. They come in all different sizes. We tend to have a whole range of sizes in stock at any one time. And then you literally just pop whatever you've got in there. That's got a pair of jeans in, and they go straight in the mail. Seal up, stick your little label on there, and away it goes. You don't have to worry about things breaking. And all we do, as we list it, we give them a reference number. If you can see, not very good in this light, but there's a written reference number on the bag, and then we file them all in order on the racking, and at the end of our title there will be that reference number. So when the order comes through and we print it out, at the end of the title will be the reference number, so we go straight to the racking and pull out the bag with that number on, and then it eliminates errors. Touch wood, we don't send the wrong thing to the wrong person. So yeah, that's a huge benefit, that they're easy and quick to package. The packaging costs you next to nothing, and nothing gets broken in the post. So that's one big plus. Another huge plus with this is there's just huge demand. If you think about it, clothing, every person that's an eBay member needs clothes. Their whole family needs clothes. We all buy clothes all the time. The demand for clothing is insatiable, and it's huge. And if you go onto eBay and look at the amount of clothing that's on there and the amount of people that specialize in selling it, if you go into stuff and click on people's shops and see what they're selling, there's so many people that specialize in clothing. The market is massive, and there's plenty of room for everyone. And then perhaps the biggest plus point for this, as far as I'm concerned, as somebody who sells second hand, is that it's incredibly easy to source the stuff. It is everywhere. If you buy at car boot sales, you will see it everywhere. People with rails, people with piles of clothes, people with bags full of clothes, and they can't sell it all. So you can get amazing deals at car boot sales. And then you've got charity shops, although we do buy some stuff in charity shops as far as clothing is concerned, but charity shops we find are starting to, crank their prices up a bit, and it's harder to score a really good deal in a charity shop. But you do occasionally find some really nice branded stuff. We find some really nice men's shirts in charity shops particularly. There is a downside to it. Like everything, there's always a downside. One is that clothing can be incredibly seasonal. And the only downside of that is that you have to store stuff. We tend to sell within season, so we store like all our winter coats or our summer dresses and summer shirts and shorts and stuff. We store those through the winter. So if you don't have much storage space, that may be an issue. Now we've moved our business back home, all of our seasonal stuff is stored away in the loft, and then we'll get that down during the right season and sell it on in the appropriate season for what it is. Um, I think the biggest downside I would say for clothing is that you will get a lot of returns. Um, I mean, it makes sense because you're selling stuff that people haven't tried on, they haven't seen it in the flesh, and particularly with the adult stuff, you will get a certain percentage of returns, and it's frustrating and it's annoying and it costs you money, but it's just part of the deal with selling clothes, really. So expect, if you do get into clothing, expect a percentage of stuff to come back. Like I said before, we lean towards doing kids stuff, because we find, particularly with the returns issue, which is a big downside of selling clothing, we get hardly any kids stuff returned when you compare it to selling adult clothing. And I think that's because it's the mother or the father buying the clothes for the children, and they basically give them to the kids when they turn up, and the kid doesn't say, "Oh, I don't like this, send it back," or very rarely. And also with the younger kids stuff, the sizing is kind of, you've got 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, whatever, and the sizing, I don't know. We just find for whatever reason it doesn't get returned. Um, Kids aren't so fussy. They get given the clothes and they wear them pretty much. Whereas with adults, we're much more fussy with what it looks like. We're much more fussy with the exact sizing and the feel of stuff. So we tend to return a lot more clothing than the kids stuff. So we love selling kids stuff. We sell kids clothes in bundles. When you're talking about the baby and the toddler stuff, we sell loads and loads of that, and we sell it in little bundles. But it's a lot of work, but we find the returns on particularly the younger kids stuff and the baby stuff are great. Another downside that you might want to be prepared for if you want to get into this is it can be quite long-winded. If you're going to sell clothing properly, you need to be thorough. And with shirts, you need to put all the different measurements on. You know, list what it says in the label for sure, but then measure it yourself. Measure the length, measure the collar, measure the arms, measure everything you can. With jeans, don't just put what it says in the label. If the label says it's a 32, measure it anyway and put what the actual measurement is, because if it's a second-hand pair of jeans or trousers or a shirt or whatever, they will change if they've been washed and they've been worn. So just be thorough, and until you get used to it, it does seem really long-winded measuring everything and writing in all of these different measurements, but it will save you a lot of returns, and it will save you answering a lot of questions if all the information is there to start with. And it means people will trust your listing if you are thorough, putting all the measurements you can think of on there. What else? I've got some notes up here. Yeah, checking thoroughly is another thing that makes clothing sometimes a little bit long-winded. You have to check every part of it for pulls and rips and stains, because you can guarantee if you send out an item of clothing and you haven't thoroughly checked it all over, the buyer will. And if they find that stain, I'm afraid that's your fault, and you will have to either refund or accept the return. So, you do have to be thorough, and you do have to really write an in-depth listing and put down all of the measurements. But beyond that, I think the benefits of selling clothing far outweigh the downsides. And yeah, there's loads and loads of money in it, and it's good fun sourcing it. We have, I mean, last year we were doing clothing for a while and nothing else, and we used to go out to the boot sales, and it was just fantastic. There was so much stuff available, and we were kind of just finding our feet with clothing at that point and learning, and it took us no time to learn what sold, what labels to pick up on. Um, we made mistakes, but that's part of learning. But the clothing that you can find at car boot sales in the UK, you can pick it up stupid cheap. Jeans are a great thing to make really good money on. We buy and sell hundreds of pairs of jeans. Um, and what else? Dresses and shoes. It's great. Just I thoroughly recommend it. Um, so get out there and have a go yourself. There are clothing specialists who sell on YouTube, who sell on eBay, and they talk about what they do on YouTube, and they know a lot more about it than me. Uh, they tend to be based in America. I've not really seen any videos from clothing sellers here in the UK. Um, but yeah, check out other videos, do some searches, and there's a lot of people on here talking about the specific brands to look for and that sort of thing. I don't really have tons of information to give you on that. I just wanted to give you an overview and say, yes, it's a market that you can make really good money in, and it's great fun. So get involved. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. Please have a look at my other videos. If you've not watched my stuff before, I'm a full-time eBay reseller. I do this for a living, and I have done for many years. And I make videos about what I do and how I do it. So I'm happy to come on here and share with you guys what I do to earn my living, and I hope you enjoy watching. So thanks, and I'll see you soon. Bye.